Hello, welcome to Clipping In, the Sub 2 series, number 6, the Farnley Time Machine. Yes, it's Thursday, the 9th of November. It's a lovely sunny morning after a few early showers passed through. I'm heading out for number 6 in the series. I hope all your personal Sub 2 series are coming along nicely and you're ticking them off. For this one, I'm heading out to the edge of Leeds, to a place called Farnley, in search of a location of an old photograph. More on that later. Passing East Barley Cricket Club, entering into the heart of the village. Hands-free will be quite useful today. So I'm heading for Tong village, which is roughly halfway between Bradford and Leeds. You can imagine at one time this was out in the country until Leeds and Bradford expanded to almost touch. There's quite a fast descent coming up, but if you're doing it early morning when there's not a lot of traffic around, it's great because you can just open up. But unfortunately, when it's busy, there's a junction right at the bottom where you're at maximum speed, and having the right of way is not worth a lot on a bike. So it's one of those descents where it's always better just to cover your brakes towards the bottom and scrub a few miles an hour off. And all is well. So I've turned off that busy road and I'm heading now towards the top side of Farnley and Farnley Park. Oh, there's the metropolis of Leeds. Crikey. Let's have a quick look at that. So we're looking roughly Pudsey in that direction, and then central Leeds with the skyscrapers. Yeah, it looks quite nice on a clear day. So I mentioned a photograph, so what I'll do, I'll put an insert up now. The photograph I'm going to show is from a road race. I think it was called the Farnley Road Race, 1953-ish, 1954. The rider's my dad, and he's climbing, I think it's called either Stonebridge Lane or Stonebridge Road. And by the looks of the photograph, it's quite steep. And what they did in the race, they climbed that Stonebridge Road and then veered off into Farnley Park to finish. I've only ever climbed it once before, and I couldn't, as I was climbing, I couldn't sort of compare what I was seeing with what I've seen on the photograph. So what I'm hoping to do today with the hands-free kit, I'll descend it with the camera on, chest cam, and then do a turn at the bottom and climb it with the chest cam, and hopefully I'll be able to match 2023 footage to something like the building from 1953, 1954. That's the plan anyway. Is that it? Yeah, Stonebridge Lane. Okay, Nag's Head. I'm wondering if that stone building on the left is the featured in the photograph. I'm not sure. It's quite a steep road. I don't know. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know it, so I'm braking. Oh, okay. And it looks like I'm dropping down to the ring road. Yeah. Okay, so it's Stonebridge Lane, LS12. Hooray for modern gears. I'm guessing that my dad had 46, 49 with a 5 block on the back. For authenticity, I maybe should have worn a wool jersey that when it gets wet hangs halfway down my backside. Oh yeah. Cheeky. If that's an old chapel or a mill. Ugh. Past the Nag's Head. Thank you. Bail out left. Yep. The race would have gone right there, probably with a bit of control. For Farnley Park. So I'm guessing I'm going to go left here. This might lead me towards an entrance to Farnley Park, I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see. Right. New Farnley Cricket Club. So I'm guessing that Farnley Park, where the race finished, was maybe an additional left, sort of further on to where I turned. Not to worry. So I did a little turn through an estate, and then I'm heading back towards top of Stonebridge Lane and Farnley Park. The big wall there and the wide gateway on the left looked to be some kind of either a hall, maybe Farnley Hall. It just makes for a nice, interesting ride, even without the, I was going to say walk along memory lane, but it's been it was a bit harder than a walk. So I'm heading back now towards that Tudor effect pub, the Beulah, and then I'll be climbing back up to Tong Village. Only a short ride today, but that's in keeping with the sub 2 series, when you might otherwise not bother, or maybe jump on the turbo for an hour. A nice sunny day like this, throw your kit on and get out, see what you can do. I would imagine that, I mean, Stonebridge Lane, road, whatever it was called, if you attacked that with a bit of spite, that's quite a hill. And certainly if you did some repetitions, wowee. I'm not sure how long the Farnley Road Race ran for. I've spoke to other riders who did it in the early 60s, but beyond that I don't know. Maybe things got too busy, or the road layouts changed, and that put a stop to it. So here we go with a long grind back up to Tong. Sometimes when I've done a long ride out to the Dales, I hit this with 110, 115 miles in my legs. Oh my goodness, you wouldn't want to hear what names I call it. Gradient beginning to ease now. Just taking it nice and steady today. I'm hoping to get out Friday and Saturday, and probably Sunday as well. Interesting mix of architectural vintages. Some buildings clearly look to be 18th century, others are much more recent. Hooray for gilets. They were a new sort of novelty, regarded with a little bit of suspicion 20 odd years ago, but now part of everybody's wardrobe. Dropping down Cliff Hollins Hill, back to Oakenshaw. The magnificent sight of the Euroway training estate. And the M606 motorway, my goodness. I spoil you people, I really do. So it's just about time to sign off now. It's going to be right around 19 miles, so quite short. Pretty steady really, apart from that Stonebridge Lane, because I'm trying to keep something for the next few days. But I think in keeping with that principle of the sub 2, this idea of getting your autumn winter kit on, getting out and getting a ride, I think it's ideal for that, because there's been a little bit of everything. Some nice scenery. Leeds looking quite good. And as a Bradfordian, it pains me to say that. And a few ups and downs too, to keep things interesting. What I'll do, look, I'll sign off for this edition, sub 2 number 6, and see you very soon for another outing on the Yorkshire roads. Bye bye.